Hello, beautiful humans. I have a powerful message today, and this is one of awakening the feminine power within all women. This is a one of a call to come into balance because our world has been so out of balance. We have not been led by the divine feminine or the divine masculine. We have not been led from either one of those places. We have been led from a place of ego. The density and the fear from ego has driven our world. It is what is the undertones of every structure of which that we see our society constructed on. From ego is from a place of fear. It is from a place of trying to control in order to have a sense of safety within our being. But that is not from a place of power. That is actually from a place of weakness. And so do not be confused by the patriarchal society of which our whole foundation has been structured upon, between that and the true divine masculine, because the true divine masculine is able to hold in his truth and his power without being threatened by someone else stepping into their own power, by their feminine stepping into their own fire, that power that holds within them, within their womb. They are able to hold into that and allow them to be in their boldness, in their beautifulness, in their wholeness, without feeling fear within themselves, because that comes from a place of insecurity, because truly they are not within their power. If you are working and operating from a place of fear, if you have a man or if you've met men in your life that are operating from a place of control and fear and imposition, they are imposing their will upon you. That is because they do not hold their power. They are not anchored in their power. And so they have to cultivate a mask and control in order to feel some sense of security, because they know they are weak. And so what we are being called for in this moment in time is to step into our power. Today on my walk in the forest, Goddess Hathor stepped forward to me to deliver this message, her powerful message, and her energy is so strong, but it is so anchored. It is not one that imposes its will. It is one that is just holding strong in its truth no matter what. Her energy is one of vastness, but there is such a wholeness in her energy, but it is not imposing into others' energy field, if that makes sense. Her message today and what she is wanting to come forward to share with the world is that the divine feminine, the feminine power that is within every woman has been lost. That it has not been seen and is not being visible in this world. There is a weakness. There is a hiding in the shadows. There is a desire within us all in order to allow ourselves to be small so we are not seen, is what the words that just came through. So we are not allowing ourselves to be seen in the light, so we are not stepping into our power, because that requires responsibility in order to stay within that. That requires responsibility in order to change and shape the world. That requires us to be seen in ways of which we have hidden for fear of persecution. It feels like maybe she's wanting to step forward and maybe communicate a little bit more directly with you, to you, through me. Let me gather myself. So I'm going to just allow her to just step on in so that the communication can be a bit more flow to you. The weakness of which that we have been holding is one that is not meant to be continued upon. This is a day, today is a day. If you were hearing this message, now is a time. Now is the time to change. You have a choice. And if you do not take that choice, then you are choosing weakness. You are choosing to hide into the shadows. And if we do not step forward in this time, then there will be destruction and chaos. We are being called. You are being called. If you are hearing this message, you are being called in this moment in time. You cannot hide from this. You cannot hide from yourself. You cannot hide from your power that is held within you. It is holden and beholden of you, and only you can wield it. No one can wield it for you. And if you are waiting for an invitation, if you are waiting for someone to save you, then that was not true. You are waiting for something outside of you, but it's not true. You are holding this because you are afraid to step in. You are afraid to hold that power, to hold that shield, to hold that sword of which that it can cut through the chaos. But only you can wield it. No one can wield it for you. And so you have to make a choice in this moment. Make a choice in willingness to hear this, to stamp into this, to allow it to encompass you, to feel that fire, that burn within you, to allow it to fill your body, to allow it to express and be out. Now is the time that we need to shape this world. Now is the time that we need to change. The humankind is calling for a shift. It is calling for a shift and a powerful shift, and we can only do it if the feminine power steps forward and steps into the light, because too long have we lurked into the shadows. Too long have we been unable to allow ourselves to be seen in its fully in its wholeness. But that is not truth anymore. And you can hear the calls. Can you feel the calls? You can hear the weeps of the women, the children who are crying to be saved. And yet, it is nothing outside of you. And it is only ever within you. And if you are ever wanting the world to be a different time, you are wanting to shift and change your paradigm, it is no one else but you. It is no one else but within you. And so you have to hear this call and feel this call and allow that fire to burn within your womb. Allow it to become bigger and brighter and expressive. Allow it to be seen in the world. Allow it to envelop all that surrounds you. Allow it to build. Allow it to come out. Apologies, my love. I ran out of storage right in the middle of a very powerful channel, but apparently it was done. And it was just too potent and too good to start again. So we're just intermission, apparently. Her message was so clear. Her message was so clear. And I hope you feel that. I hope you feel that in your womb. I hope you feel that in your stomach. I hope you feel that in your heart and every part of your body. It is so very clear the time that we're in. And in that power and that magnitude, I want to highlight for any men that are watching, the masculine is so being called. It is being called. It's being called to step forward in its strength. That to see a strong, powerful woman is to not take anything from your power unless you do not have it, unless you do not hold it. And in truth, we need both. We need the balance. And that is what is missing from this world. There is not the balance. There is not the strength of the knowing of oneself that is anchored within us. There is fear. There is ego from fear. There is imposition of one's will on each other because in truth, they are not connected to their own power. But if we want this world to change, if we want to step into a new future, then we all have to change with it. Because in truth, as Goddess Hathor's message is that it is nothing outside of us, but only within us. And if we want the world to change, then we have to step into an anchor and hold our power no matter what surrounds us. And this goes for both men and women. The female feminine power that holds within us has not been seen, it has not been visible for a very long time. We've hid in the shadows. We hid from ourselves out of fear of persecution. But that is not the new world. That is not the new world of freedom and love, unconditional love, divine love. And in order for us to have balance, we need the men to stand up in their strength as well, to be able to hold, to anchor us, to hold us, to allow us to work in the ways of which that is unseen, to allow us to work in the ways of the frequencies that surround us and connect us all. And I so hope that you all feel that. You all feel that truth to these words. You all feel that knowing to stand in your power, to hold your power, to feel its bigness, and know in that is perfect and whole. But it is foreign, and that is why we pull away, because it is so new that we're being asked and we are feeling that energetic shift of calling us forward into the light. And I ask you, what is the alternative? What is the alternative to not hold our power and our truth? The alternative is fear. The alternative is chaos. The alternative is the pain of which we see. And I send so much love in this message, because it is so big, and there is a feeling of the weight of which, when we first step into our power, into that connection that we all have to the divine. So I hear you in all the bigness and all the challenge of which, and all the fear that arise in the beginning. But I also offer you that it is so beautiful on the other side. And this feels very whole. And I thank you so much for being here. I thank you for being here, because the only way that you could hear this message is that you have already stepped towards the light, and that